everybody for joining our Tuesday HR Fireside Chat. If you don't know me, I'm Casey Park. I work in human resources. And today I have the wonderful Abel Johnson, who is joining me as an MC. He has his adorable, you have to put her on camera. So a lot of you guys are working parents from home. Abel, just like myself, is a working parent from home. He's got his sweetums, Miss Kenzie Ray. Do you want to introduce Kenzie Ray, Abel?
I definitely can. She just ran away from me, so she wanted to go find. She's right here. She's right here in her little chair that I made her a few weeks ago. So she loves her little chair with her cup holder, and this is my littlest one, and she is 1 year old. So.
Yay! Thanks, Kenzie, for letting us borrow Dad as an MC today. So one of the reasons I'm bringing Abel on as an MC is this is becoming a really big deal for us in HR to have you guys here every week, and we love this so much. Every once in a while, I might get pulled into something. So yes, Hadley, you need to go sit down and do your seesaw. So every once in a while, you might see that Abel or even Kip Spittle, who has joined me in past sessions, specifically talking about productivity and those tips and tricks. Kip might join us as an MC as well. Kip, would you like to introduce yourself and what you do with HR?
Sure. Well, good morning, everyone. Good to see so many familiar faces and some new ones for sure. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Kip Spittle, and I work obviously in learning and development, part of HR team as well. I do a lot of the employee engagement, culture work over in our department, and a lot of times out with our campus partners as well. So I'm a resource as well, and I might be able to have an opportunity to be talking with you more in some future sessions.
Thanks so much, Kip. Oh my gosh, I have the best team. Abel, I kind of shortchanged you. I let you introduce your daughter, but I did not actually let you introduce yourself because I have priorities. You know, Kenzie's super cute and you're wonderful. So I'm gonna hot potato back to Abel real quick and let him introduce himself and what he does in HR. But yeah, my team's the best. I asked for a little bit of help this week because I had a commitment that was gonna pull me away from this meeting, and then last minute it got switched, so I got to be here, which made my heart happy. But Abel, please introduce yourself, as people are probably going to see you in future sessions.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here. You know, Kenzie's way more important and interesting to watch than me, so I totally understand. Abel Johnson, worked here in the human resources a little over 3 years now. I've had the pleasure of working with many of you on this call. And as you know, I love to work hard, but also play hard. So many of you have been, the brunt of many jokes and poking and making fun of if you've worked with me ever. So anyway, love to be here. Love to see you in future sessions. And you'll probably be seeing a little bit of my kiddos as well.
We love the kids. And honestly, I love it when other people's kids jump into the frame, because then I feel less alone in this world, because my kids are always in the frame. Okay, so you did not come to just like get introduced to the entire HR team, but you kind of did today, because we're going to do something new. We have our entire meeting today is full of HR folks from different departments within HR who have updates for you. And I am giving them a little bit of face time. So one, you can connect a face with a name on an email that you might be getting in the near future, just because we don't get a lot of face-to-face interaction. But then also, sometimes I think it's wonderful when you guys reach out to me and you're like, hey, what's this? And I'm like, I have no idea, but I know who to connect you with. So I got the idea that maybe we need to have more of our HR people who, if they're in control of certain areas, that they give their updates rather than always me. So you know who the experts are. Because I'll chat your ear off all day, but these guys are the experts who are going to give you the right information. But before we get into that, I do have a little funny for you guys. I decided that my opening question was about holiday traditions, and I decided to skip this tradition this year And as soon as I decided to skip this tradition, oh my gosh, the funnies that came out. I am almost regretting it. So I might have to pull our little guy out of hiding for like the last 5 days before Christmas just to do COVID related Elf on the Shelf. Does anybody else do Elf on the Shelf? Anybody else having a lot of fun with that? Ooh, Denise, you guys are doing Elf on the Shelf. Fun. I think it's hilarious. My kids love it. I'm terrified of it though. Okay, so I'm going to hand the mic off to our wonderful Maddie. She works the front desk. Peterson, can you give a wave, gal? And she's got some updates about our office in general. So give a wave, and Maddie Peterson.
Good morning, everyone. A lot of faces I'm very unfamiliar with, even though I've been here for like 2 years, but it's good to see all of your faces. So just a few updates. Our HR front office is open Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., and it will be through the remainder of the year and the beginning of next semester. So those that need to come in, have questions, get their I-9 done, we are open and ready to help you face-to-face. And if those hours do not work for you, we do have an appointment sheet on our website. If you just go to the Contact Us, you can fill in when you would like to come and what kind of questions you'd like to ask. Also, with the new semester coming up, I know a lot of you will be hiring temp employees and student employees. Just make sure that they are coming in within that 3-day rule to get their I-9 completed, and you are receiving your pink slips before you start them to work. And then lastly for me, with the spike in COVID cases, we are seeing a delay in background checks to come back. So if you are starting to hire your people, just be aware and proactive that you're getting your background check request form in as soon as possible to make sure that we're getting your people hired on time. That's all I've got. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me at any moment.
Can I ask a question here? Can you hear me?
My computer freaked out on me, guys. Sorry, I lost you all for a second. And go ahead, Christine, what do you got for us?
Okay. I have 2 employees who just did their COVID testing, and they have to leave for 30 days due to Percy. And then they'll be coming back January 1. So do they need to do their COVID test before they're on campus, or can they start on campus without any symptoms and then get their COVID test during the work week?
I'm so sorry. They will be back on campus what day?
January 11th.
We do not have any information about post-holiday break testing requirements at this point in time. As soon as we do, we'll be letting everybody know. And that will be not only at this meeting, but COVID testing will throw something out. Stephanie threw in chat COVID testing at boisestate.edu. If you submit that question to them, thank you, Stephanie, for the assist. They will be able to tell you one way or another. If there's going to be more, oh, never mind. I'm getting a chat from ignore all the prior information that I just sent. This is why I love my team. They throw stuff at me. COVID testing is going to be the same for Thanksgiving break as after Christmas. So yes, great question. But if you have a question about specific testing, I would go to COVID testing at boisestate.edu. They'll give you better information than I will. And as soon as they give me more information, I'll share it with y'all because I don't know yet. I'm so sorry, Christine, if that was confusing.
I didn't want to prevent the rehiring process because they have to be gone for that 30 days. So, but technically they can't take the test at Boise State till they're rehired. So that's where I was.
I see. And probably they will need to sign up to take it. But if you have a question about what if they, I'm going with the test rather than don't test policy.
Oh yeah, they'll need to test. I'm just saying they can't really are they allowed to work like they were when they came back from Thanksgiving and then they tested during the work week?
It will probably be the same.
Okay, that's what I was hoping.
Yeah. So I'm throwing to make an appointment to show if you need an appointment with HR outside of the 10 to 2 hours. We have a form on our main website, but also it's right there in chat. Oh my gosh, you guys are amazing. I really just appreciate everything that you throw into chat to help each other as well as to help me. Okay, so thank you, Maddie, for talking about what we've got going on in the HR office. Along with that, we have some information specifically for supervisors and actually just for all employees about entering your time. I've got the wonderful and amazing Denise Uli from Payroll and Processing to talk for a minute about your entering your time for the holiday break. Take it away, Miss Uli. You're muted.
I always have to pull that stunt. For those of you who work here, you know that December gets to be a little bit wonky and messy as far as entering time. So we wanted to reach out and just actually chat about it. It's also out on our website. But the first thing you need to know is that during the Christmas break, you will need 3 days of vacation or comp time. And then other than that, it's all covered with either weekends or the holidays. We have some accelerated dates. If you have hires and changes that need to be set up for the time period of December 13th to December 20th, that needs to be in our office to our processors no later than this coming Monday, the 14th. So if that's something that you need to get done, that is the drop dead deadline. And for time, so for hours that you work between November 29th and December 12th, that is due this Thursday, like 2 days from today. And I'll be sending an email out both tomorrow and Thursday for reminders. For time that's worked December 13th through December 26th, that is due on the 17th. And we know that you will have to be guesstimating some of those days. We do this every year. But that's when it's due on December 17th. And the thing about if there's any errors in that, like you didn't work time, you thought you were going to, and et cetera, we can correct that, but it won't be corrected until the 22nd of January paycheck. And then December 27th through January 8th, we'll be back on our normal schedule, and that's due on January 11th. And the other thing I wanted to bring up is on the 8th, the paycheck on the 8th of January, that is when we do our comp time rollover for those of you that have comp time. What that means is anything that's sitting under the label pre-comp will be paid off on that particular payroll. So if you have anything under pre-comp, you could use that time up because you have through just December 26th. So December 13th to December 26th is paid on the January 8th paycheck. So you'd have to use that comp time up or it will get paid out. And some departments don't want to pay that time out. So anyway, that is our looming deadline dates. If anybody has any questions?
Love that you're like, these are our looming deadlines updates.
They're looming.
They're so looming. Except for, I'm like, you want to be proactive about those things because if you can get it done, then you don't have to think about it before the beautiful holidays and to just take that break. I'm going to throw in chat the holiday closures and payroll page. If you have any questions, you can view that. An email will be going out to supervisors either today or tomorrow with that same information. And then, you know me, I'm gonna put it in the recap because we'll over communicate with you at this point in time, because we would hate for somebody not to get paid or to have
it does include students as well.
Yep.
And
so
if you have any questions or anything, concerns or anything, just go ahead and reach out to us at payroll@boisestate.edu, and we're happy to help.
Denise, I have a question about it. If somebody has to work during the period of time that we're, that we're closed, how do you suggest that they let you know that they're actually working?
You can jet an email, but you can also just enter your time. But, go ahead and just jet me an email and I'll keep it in a folder, and then go back and look and make sure that somebody wasn't trying to be helpful and took the time out or anything like that. But we don't police that a whole lot. It's up to your department.
So if your person is working, just go ahead and let them enter their time like they regularly would, whether they're professional. So professionals, you guys put in vacation time. So if it's work time, don't fill in that time. If you're classified, you would put regular time worked rather than vacation or comp time. I gotta love that we have like 6 different distinctions of how to enter time because we're a state. There's an exception for everybody and their cat.
Keeps us lively.
For
Any
sure.
other questions? Well, happy holidays.
So if you guys have follow-up questions, even though we get to other people, feel free to throw them in chat. We'll pull the right person right back up to chat at you and make sure that you have all your questions answered. Or if you have follow-up, feel free to touch back with us over email. Next up, we have some important updates from our benefits team. I've got our benefits manager, Camille Mick, on the line. Camille, you have some really timely stuff for us. So I'm going to give you the floor.
Thank you. I'm Camille Mick. I'm in the benefits area, and we've put some information together that will be going out on the update. I believe Casey indicated that the update will be going out, I think she said this Friday. So there is some benefit information that is provided along with that. I encourage you to take a look because there's a new benefit that Blue Cross is offering. They have teamed up or partnered with a company called Experian Identity Works. And what that provides is an additional layer of identity protection on your Blue Cross information. There is no cost to you, but you do have to go out to the Blue Cross of Idaho portal, your member portal, and sign up for that. Now, on the updates where all of that information is going to be provided to you, there are links to the Blue Cross of Idaho portal, so you can just, you don't even have to go search for it. Just go ahead and, if you've never set up your account with Blue Cross, you would need to do it at that time. But that is another benefit that has just been released. Another thing I wanted to talk about is the flexible spending grace period. Due to COVID, the IRS did allow an additional grace period for the flexible spending, which they allowed you to, if you didn't get enrolled during open enrollment, you could go ahead and enroll in it at any time between July 1st and December 31st. If you did enroll, you could change your contribution amount or cancel the benefit as well. Now, those IRS grace period is coming to an end December 31st of this year. We have not heard of them extending it, although that isn't something that couldn't possibly take place. We just have not heard about that happening yet. So at this time, you would be able to make any kind of changes to your flexible spending up through December 31st, just a one-time change. Another thing is, this is a really good time of year to go out and review who you have listed as your beneficiaries on your life insurance. Boise State automatically provides life insurance for 1 times your annual income rounded up to the nearest 1,000 at no cost to you. So even if you are not enrolled in the voluntary life insurance, you still have coverage through Boise State. And we have your beneficiaries listed out in our system. You can access that through our self-service portal. And there is a navigation on the updated communication that will be going out that tells you where you can view who your beneficiaries are. There is also a link to the form so that if you want to update your beneficiaries, you can submit that to us in benefits. And our benefits email is it's pretty easy. It's just benefits@boisestate.edu. You can always submit your forms there, or any questions that you have about benefits. You can always refer those to that email. Let's see. Another thing was the EAP. Employee Assistance Program is a wonderful resource to our employees. It's referred to as EAP. It provides 5 free counseling visits to each employee that's enrolled or eligible for benefits. So it is available to our benefit eligible employees, and it's 5 free counseling visits each plan year. So from July 1st through June 30th, an employee and each of their eligible dependents, so a spouse or dependent children up to age 26, whether enrolled in their health plan or not, would still be eligible to use the counseling visits through EAP. Then another thing is the supplemental retirement savings accounts. These are a great way to set aside additional retirement savings in addition to what you're putting aside in the mandatory retirement plans. So these would be the Percy Choice 401k, which you do have to be participating in Percy to be eligible for that one. But anyone can participate in the 403b, which is pre-tax, the Roth 403b, which is after tax, and the 457b, which is pre-tax. Anyone can participate in those. And the IRS does have annual maximum limits. Now, these annual limits are based on a calendar year rather than our plan year. So this would go from January through December. And the maximum limits will not change this year. If you are 50 or under the age of 50, you can contribute up to a maximum of $19,500. And if you are 50 years of age or older, you can contribute up to a maximum of $26,000. And we do have it listed out on this information that will be going out on the update. If you would like to reach your maximum contributions, what that amount would be if you were to have it deducted out of each check. And we do have 26 paychecks each calendar year. So for example, for someone that is under 50, if you want to reach that $19,500, you would have $750 set up as your contribution each paycheck, and that would bring you to your maximum. For people that are 50 years of age or older, you could put in $1,000 per paycheck, and that would bring you to the $26,000. Those are for people that want to max out their limits. However, you can contribute any amount that you choose, anything from $1 on up, as long as you don't go over the maximum.
And Camille, you were talking to me yesterday about this, because this is what I love about my team. I'm like, I know they are just extreme experts in their fields. I don't even pretend to know everything that they know. She was telling me yesterday that she's developed tools that if you set up a meeting with her or email her, she can tell you what you can contribute and give you a range. So you're getting the biggest bang for your buck in savings. This team blows me away with everything that they do to try to make sure that our people are taken care of. So I threw in chat Camille's email, the benefits email, some links to some helpful resources on the new benefits pages, because those old benefits sites, the HR website is kind of my rosebud. I want to destroy it. And rebuild it from its ashes. So it's under construction. The old benefits pages are going away. You'll notice that those are like benefits dash HR. The new ones will be dash HR backslash benefits. I know it's a micro change in a URL, but it's a huge change to how we can provide a better usability service to you guys using our website. So go to the new benefits pages, which are up on our pages now. Any of your old links will probably, if you have anything bookmarked, will probably be disconnected and pull up a 404 error as of like Friday, I think is when I'm going to have Donna pull everything down and burn it to the ground. I mean, roast marshmallows over it and drink hot cocoa. So seriously, reach out to Camille, Marussia, and Rachel. They are just knowledgeable about all of this stuff and can get you where you need to be. I didn't want to step on your toes there, Camille, but I didn't want us to forget that amazing tool that you were telling me about.
Yeah, just anyone that had any additional questions about supplemental retirement accounts, please feel free to contact us. The only other thing that I just wanted to get a quick mention in here before I'm done on mine is tuition fee waivers. We do have a couple dates coming up. So the fall semester ends on 12/11, and that would be the absolute last date that we could accept any fee waivers for the fall semester. Now, you would still end up with a $50 late fee because we're way past that deadline. But we do get some people that will hold off on sending their fee waivers in until the very last day of the course. So that's the absolute last day, is December 11th, 2020 for the fall tuition fee waivers. And then to avoid the $50 late fee for the spring fee waivers, we need to have that form received by January 11th of 2021. So Rachel Sales in our area works with the fee waivers, and we get so many that come in. She waits until about a month before the fees are actually due in order to get all of the fee waivers submitted over to an upload for student financials. So we do get a lot of calls and emails asking us, when is that going to get posted? And just to let you know, we do send them over in a large upload. It's a very manual process. And so just kind of let you know, it should be out there at about a month prior to the date your fees are actually due. So that's all I got.
Rachel, go ahead and give us anything that you got on that, and give a wave so they know who you are.
Hi, my name is Rachel Sales. I process the fee waivers. Just to kind of give some more specific details for at least the spring 2021 semester. The list has been finalized and it's going to be sent over to student financials for the major upload this afternoon. So you should be able to see it reflected on your student account by the end of this week at the latest. Just to give some kind of insight, this really is a manual process. We get about 400 to 600 fee waivers every semester. And I individually have to go through each submission to make sure that the employee or the dependent or spouse is actually enrolled in classes, which is the major reason why we wait until about a month before tuition is due, just to give everybody ample amount of time to get their classes enrolled. But you can expect to see them by the end of this week.
Thanks, Rachel. And we're going to be way more proactive about those tuition deadlines and other deadlines that are coming up, and bringing them to not only this meeting, but also the update. So that tuition waiver is both for employees, spouses, and dependents, correct?
Yes, and we do have reciprocal fee waiver agreements with 5 other Idaho universities. So if, in case you didn't know, this is available to employees as well. You can actually take courses at ISU, U of I, Lewis and Clark State College, College of Eastern Idaho, and College of Southern Idaho. So that's only available to employees. Unfortunately, it doesn't extend to spouses or dependents. But if that is something that you're interested in, don't hesitate to reach out to me either personally in my email or through the benefits email, and I'm more than happy to supply you with the information.
I just put Rachel's email in chat, and then Sarah asked, is it too late to enroll in a class and use the waiver? Rachel, I'm going to let you answer her.
Yeah. So just so everyone knows, this gets especially confusing for employees because you already have an ID, you're already technically in the Boise State system. If you want to take classes, you still have to apply to be a student at Boise State. There's no way to enroll you in that class unless you're set up as a student. So you're going to want to work with admissions to see if it's too late to get an application in and get enrolled as a student. Typically this late in the semester, if you wanted to start spring 2021, it would have to be as a non-degree seeking student. It's typically too late to enroll in a specific program. However, if you are an employee or if you have a spouse that's interested in getting back in school, be aware that the intent to enroll fee and the graduate application fee are both waivable. The intent to enroll fee can be waived within the actual application. If you're going to take graduate courses, there is a matriculation form that you'll need to fill out just for us to verify that you are indeed eligible to have that waived. Again, if any of you have specific questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Also, we do offer a monthly tuition fee waiver in-depth look through the Let's Talk series. I believe our next one is going to be scheduled for January 6th, but again, it's typically always the first Monday of a month. So if you want to have a more in-depth look of the tuition fee waiver process and what's available to you through it, please reach out to me and I'm more than happy to send you that registration link.
Okay, sorry, I'm going to keep you on one more time, Rachel. As a clarifying question, if you're already a student, is it too late to enroll in a class and submit that deadline or to submit the tuition fee waiver?
No, it's not too late. The tuition fee waiver is not due until tuition is due this for spring 2021. So feel free to submit that tuition fee waiver. We'll get you put on the list. And then in terms of enrolling in classes, as long as you're a student, you should just be able to do that through your student center portal. There may be an advising hold. If that's the case, you'll need to reach out to the respective advising department to get that removed from your account.
Thanks, Rachel. Okay, I'm going to go through the chat. Go ahead.
I have one thing I wanted to mention is you can always complete the fee waiver and submit it even if you have not actually been enrolled in the course yet. We really strongly recommend that if you're getting close to that deadline, that January 21st deadline to get the spring fee waiver in order to avoid that $50 late fee, go ahead and get it sent in with the class information that you're wanting to enroll in. As long as we have that in by the deadline, if you make changes to the course later, we'll still be able to look at that original form and say you got it in before the deadline. So
yeah, so we're always really just trying to make sure that you guys get where you need to be. Okay, Kelly and Christy, you guys are doing me a huge favor talking about the deadline to apply as a degree seeking student for spring 2021. It has passed, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Yay, thank you, Kelly.
Sure.
And the deadline to apply for fall 2021 is coming up. It's January 4th.
Oh, no, fall 2021 is not going to open up until the summer semester has started.
Nope. That's not the tuition fee waiver. That's the deadline to apply as a student enrollment. Because we have all these weird deadlines. We got to put, we're going to create a timeline. you must apply as a student here and apply with the fee waiver here, and just like go that way. Actually,
yes, if there are any questions about applying as a student, applying for admission, happy to answer those offline or point you to web resources just to not confuse.
Oh my gosh. See, this is one of my favorite things about this meeting is that we get not only HR experts who are in here to provide resources, we also have our community people who are more than willing to just like be available to help. Kelly, do you mind if I throw your email in the chat?
Sure, I can do so as well.
Okay, if you go ahead and do that, if you have enrollment questions, talk to Kelly. She's amazing. We appreciate you guys so much for unmiking and being part of this process. Seriously, we couldn't do it without you. More information is better. And I'm an over communicator. Okay. Do we have any questions about any of the amazing benefits updates that were just provided by the fantastic Camille and Rachel? Marussia is also on the line, and they got a lovely compliment in the chat. Y'all should go and read it. Fill your buckets, ladies. I'll Zoom pause for benefits questions. I feel like I need Jeopardy music for the Zoom pause or like something. Thank you, Kelly, for throwing that in chat. Oh, you're seriously amazing. And this is now when I realize when my children fill the silence with chitter chattering, it's because their mother does it too. Yep, it's an inherited trait. Okay, so if you have any questions for our benefits people, please feel free to reach out to them or throw something in chat. I'm gonna have Tiffany Widman, who's on the line. She works on our Boise State growth team. She's got some updates about the COVID leave. You're gonna say it better than I will. I'm gonna unmic Tiffany Widman, folks. She's amazing.
Good morning, everyone. So this is an update on the Families First Coronavirus Response Act. This came into play when the outbreak happened, and it actually expires on December 31st. So going forward into the spring semester, you know, I would really encourage people to get their flu shots. I know some people don't believe in it, but they're going to run into issues where they're not going to have these free COVID leaves when they get sick, and that's probably going to hurt a lot of people's bottom line. So if you can just talk to your staff and students as well and let them know that the hard deadline for this, unfortunately, is December 31st. And that also includes the expanded FFCRA, where people were able to utilize it for daycare as well as school closures. So it's really important that we get this information out so people aren't surprised when January hits and they're not receiving any leave, paid leave. Does anyone have any questions about that?
We're poised and ready.
I do, Tiffany. This is Stephanie. It just dawned on me recently that shared leave, when you share it, doesn't translate financially.
No.
Can you explain to us what it actually does do in HR world words?
When someone donates shared leave, the person that you're donating it to, even if it's just for anybody, the person has to have a need for it. So say, for instance, you donated something to me and I don't need it at all. It won't come out of your bank. We just hold on to it for when that person needs it. We don't have the option to remove, for instance, say 40 hours out of yours and fill someone else's bucket. They have to actually have everything exhausted. Their sick time, their vacation time, it all has to be exhausted first.
No, I think I understood that. I think for all these 26 years that I've been on campus, I always thought that the funds went with that shared leave. And really, it's just permission to give the leave, right?
Yeah, it still comes out of your department.
Yeah. Okay.
This is why I don't pretend to be an expert on anything related to that, and why we have a Tiffany Woodman, because she's amazing. So moving forward, you're still going to have your sick time, you're still going to have your vacation time, comp time, and the option for shared leave, correct, Tiffany?
Well, yes and no. Shared leave, you have to be gone for 5 or more days to utilize it. So going forward, that's going to be the same case. It can't be used intermittently. So it's going to be the same guidelines as it is right now when you're on FMLA, and they'll just have to follow those steps as well.
Yeah. And this was it's federally expiring. This isn't
it hasn't been,
didn't make this decision.
Right. It hasn't been announced that it's going to be extended. We were on a call with DHR not too long ago, and they haven't heard that it has been, and nothing's been announced. So in the future, it's possible. I know it doesn't look like with our numbers that we have right now that COVID's going away anytime soon. I've spoke to a lot of people this week that are very frustrated with that. But, you know, as I stated to them, it's not Boise State making this decision. It's the president. So maybe down the line, something will change. But as of right now, it has a hard stop date, December 31st.
Hi, Michael.
Yeah, just a quick question on the shared leave. I have an employee who just never takes vacation. And what he's done in the past is he donates about 80 hours a week or a year to the shared leave. And I guess he donated back in, I can't remember if he said September or maybe even back in May. But those hours have not been processed yet. So I'm assuming that means that nobody has needed them, which is, in a sense, that's a good thing. But he's also like a paycheck away from maxing out at his 240.
Why don't you send me a separate chat with his name and I'll look into it.
Awesome. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we don't want to violate confidentiality. Tiffany, can you throw your email in chat? But I mean, that is the expert, Tiffany Woodman. If you have any shared leave questions, she's got you. God knows. When I had my baby almost 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, and the time I spent in that lady's office trying to figure out what is going on, I have decided that we're eventually going to put on what to expect when you're expecting training. I just have it in my brain, need to put it together for all those people who do want to yes, enable. You guys had a baby a year ago. It's not just moms, it's parents. We're here for you. We got you. Do we have any questions for the lovely Tiffany Woodman? I can talk her up all day. And thank you for your question, Michael. I want you guys all to feel safe coming and talking to us about stuff and getting expert help.
Hey, Casey, can I just expand on what Stephanie's question is, just so that it's really clear as far as what the department and what she's saying is that if I donated my leave from HR to Stephanie, who needed it in the Dean of Students office, the Dean of Students office still needs to come out of their budget to pay Stephanie, even though I donated my vacation hours. HR is not giving the Dean of Students money. So when they have employees that are on shared leave, the department's still responsible for paying that shared leave. Is that what you were getting at, Stephanie, as far as answering that? Okay.
Thanks, Tiff.
This is why I run HR Fireside chats and I don't run budget systems. It's more fun. Plus my hair can be pink. Okay. Any other fun questions for Tiffany, since we have them both? Okay. I'm not even doing a full Zoom pause because I didn't expect us to go a whole hour, and we're approaching that hour. And I have 2 more updates for you. First, I've got Kyle on the growth team. Abel Johnson, you're on here as well, potentially. You guys have been doing performance evaluation trainings, which are actually empathy and evaluations. Kyle, do I have you on the line?
Here.
Excellent. Thanks, Kyle. Can you tell us a little bit how things are going with our empathy and evaluation series?
Sure. Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. They're going great so far. We've had 2 sessions. We plan to have another session here next week. So we'll end the semester with 3 sessions, and we'll resume back in January once everybody returns back from break. Let's see, participation's been up. I think we've touched at least 100 supervisors campus-wide, so that's been positive. And what we've done, we've recorded all of our sessions. So if you guys want to check a session out or, view our content, I believe Casey has uploaded our content on our YouTube channel. So I think you could Google Boise State Human Resources Fireside Chat, and I think that'll lead you to the link. So we had that's going well. I think Abel's done a great job of really tying empathy to evaluations and performance management. So it's been a nice approach, and from us, and we've been able to, I think, really get managers engaged, and we're answering questions for them, because I think a lot of people are in the same boat when it comes to how we're going to do evaluations this year. And I think it goes to show you that 2020 has been unusual for everyone. So we're looking forward to having our last few sessions here in the next couple of months, but so far it's been great. And if you guys have any questions, or if you want to reach out to Abel or myself, feel free to shoot us an email, and we will take care of you guys. So any questions regarding that? Yep, go ahead, Abel.
Sorry, I just wanted to jump in and thank Kyle too for coming into the organization. He's been here, I think, a couple months now, and he's done a great job on our welcome and our growth team, and helping myself and the team do facilitation. So just want to thank him for all his work as well. He's really the brains behind all of that. So credit to him. We're excited though for the evaluations. As Kyle stated, we have done a different approach this year, where we've come to the departments and colleges and kind of brought the training to you, rather than doing like an open register session. And we have a few more, as Kyle said, up through the end of January. And then if you have any other department needs or specific trainings you need, please feel free to reach out. But we're excited for the training, and we know it's going to be a little bit different, but we're happy to do the training and to offer some empathy and different perspective this year. So thank you again. Thanks, Kyle. That's our update for the evaluation season coming up. And if you have any questions, please reach out to the growth team.
Thank you guys so much. Has anybody, can I get a hand or an emoji if you guys have been part of one of those empathy and evaluation trainings, or if you're signed up for one? I'm hearing that they've been going really, really great. Thank you guys for your hard work. I threw the YouTube link in chat, as well as the annual performance evaluation page on Growing at Boise State on our website. Christy, your daughter is beautiful. I'm making assumptions that's your daughter, but gorgeous.
But it's okay.
Too. I love seeing babies on camera because it makes me feel less alone. Okay, one last thing, and this is completely off book and just from me. I received, I remember talking to you guys about the grant that came out from Strong Families, Strong Students that came out through the State Department of Education or the State Board of Education, one of the two. They're kind of the same thing. Kind of, they're really not. But there was a grant, and we put it out in the update and in the HR chat that you should go as a parent and apply for those funds. I got my email that I got my monies for my kiddos yesterday. So go check your email. First wave, this was need-based. So I'm like not surprised. Single mom status, 2 kids in school. They were like, yeah, first wave. My cousin happens to be in the second wave, and she was like, they'll be making that decision here shortly. So if you can see where you are in the process, if you're in first wave, second wave, or third wave. And unfortunately, it is like first come, first serve. When I was talking to my cousin, she was a little concerned that third wave wasn't going to get any funding. But again, that's going to be like up to the state and the feds to up the ante to help people. But when I learned more about how that grant is going to work and how I can use it to help do this awesome dual working / schooling. I'll give you guys an update on how it's working so it can be a resource to you guys if you need it. And then last week we threw in chat, and for those of you who have been participating in Abel and Kyle's empathy and evaluations, I partnered with Matt Neese, who, can I just say that man is wonderful, and everybody says yes. So he is doing this really cool thing with HR and Bronco Fit, and I am so excited that I get to be a part of this. We're working together to create like a whole slew of like 5 to 7 minute videos on these like really important topics. These are going to live on the HR website and the HR YouTube that you guys can pull down and embed in trainings, depending upon whether or not you're a manager and you want to be talking to your people about boundaries, talking to your people about priorities, talking to them about self-care. These are going to be a resource to you. And I get to meet with him on Monday to go over and record 2 new scripts. So my goal is to have a video to you every single week on these topics. Oh geez, I just got a chat that Strong Families is pushing out stuff 2 weeks to 6 weeks, so it might not be super timely. I could have been overly excited about being in the first wave and getting very quick information. If you are in one of the 2 waves afterwards, your communication could be lacking. Yes, I would love to see Matt's videos on the My Boise State. Let me see if I can work with OIT and if we can get them up there, Stephanie. That'll be a fun project for Shad. We've been talking about needing an intranet for years. Don't get me on that soapbox. Sean's not here to unplug me as host. Okay, everybody. I really didn't think that we were going to take a full hour, but we had a lot of stuff for you this week. I know that was a ton of information. You will be getting a faster turnaround in a recap email this week. If we were not clear on something, if you have further questions, if you just want to chat, we are here for the next 5 minutes. We'll hang out. Otherwise, I will see you guys next week. We will have the wonderful Jordi Lapioni. He's been out ill this week, which is a bummer. He's going to be talking about the Welcome Team. And then we also, because the Welcome Team has some really cool stuff up their sleeves. I know I get to work with them on it. And then also we have Risk Management who will be joining us. They have some updates on the tracking the equipment that came home with employees due to COVID, and a new process that we're going to be putting into place, and I'll be helping them with that too. So I was like, hey, come hang out with me at the HR Fireside chat. So tomorrow, next week is going to be a full hour, but it's going to be good stuff. And as always, I'll record it. The rest is your time. And thank you so much for being here. I just really appreciate all of you guys.